Imagine if you crush on this beautiful and sexy woman, and you have a chance to go to beach at night with her, and unfortunately the sky is really cloud and really dark, like this, and she suddenly asks that, I want to see the stairs, and it's impossible, then how are you going to react? Are you going to say no? Are you going to say it's impossible? Are you kidding me? Now we have these smart shoes. And just if you push the button, then the stars will be going up, and then you can ask her North Korean way to wedding proposal that, can I have my baby in your womb? And she immediately going to say yes. Hi, I am Sung-min. I am working with Berca International, which is an Indonesian shoe manufacturing company. And also we are working with the Stanford team. And our task is mainly building up the smart shoes with the wearable technology. And do you know what is the smart shoe?
No idea.
Okay, thank you. A smart shoe can be defined broadly, but generally refers to technology incorporated with a footwear that interacts with the users. And here we have some good example, Nike Plus. That while you are running outside, the sensor in the Nike Plus can measure your steps, and it sends data to the smartphone, and you can see how much you run. And those things can be smart shoes, but also heating system in the shoe or some other function. If it has in the shoes, then it can be also smart shoes. And now I'm talking about our process that we have done. This is our describe our the beginning part of process. Like in the box, we have been in the box. We always try to find problem from the shoe, and we always have research for shoe business and shoe store and shoe blah blah shoe functions, and we were kind of a sick of shoes, and the findings were also not very interesting. The answers were really boring. Then we decided to get out of the box, and think something innovative and thinking something out of our comfort zone. And we have tried with us 3 different ways. The first way is we designed this shoe outline on the paper, and we went to the kindergarten to wash our dirty and all the brain, and we gave this stuff to kids and asked them draw something, whatever you want. Then they draw this bloody red colored rose, and they draw these sparkling tickles. It's really amazing. I never imagined that kids can draw this. And also, they draw this airplane on the shoes. And we have really good inspiration that, how about what feet what kind of other function it has? Could we use feet for something that hands usually have done? For example, while you're playing the game, your hand only enjoying the game, and your feet is just doing nothing. It's unfair, Body should be or happy. It's body discrimination. And we play the tennis game by feet, and also we play this game with other users to see how they feel differently. And we commonly found that it's more fun, and they actually spend more energy during the game. And also we validated that the feet can be used more other way. Also the feet can be developed for other functions. And the third way is we were also trying to be out of this design factory box to learn something else in our major. So we went to some experts, the professional sprinter and embedded system profession, and also we went to visit material experts. Then we have learned, we have found out the material is the most interesting part to be more explored, and we studied more deeply, and we found this question that why shoe material should be leather and some usual rubber. Why shoe should be built up in a usual way. So we started building up these shoes by using these random stuffs. Actually wear these shoes, and we surprisingly found out that it's really light and really comfortable and very warm. And also we built up this slipper by the magazine, and we also found out the function that we can have many different designs. If you don't like this face design, you can just reach out and you hate just you can have so many different designs, and if you waste of all the paper, then you can just throw this away, and it's eco-friendly. We have done a lot from this inspirational journey, and it was really fun.
Yeah. I'm going to tell more about prototypes. So during our research process, we had massive amount of data, and we took all the interesting findings from interviews, from observation, from kindergarten visit, and we put them all to one place we call the playbook. Playbook is a tool for us to find similarities between different user groups. And after crunching some numbers, we found that there's one requirement that all shoes should fulfill, and that is comfort. If a shoe is not comfortable, people might not use it. And that's why we built our first prototype, which is the shoe that can help you get girls. Basically, the idea is to test if you put sensors, computer, other electronics, does it affect the shoe wearing experience? We ask people to wear them, walk around, and we ask them, how do you feel? Do you feel any difference between these two shoes? One which has something and one which doesn't. The answers were no, they didn't find any difference. So it was comfortable, and there was a trick in this. These are our prototypes which are presented here. There was a trick in this testing. Actually, the computer was inside the other shoe. We put a wooden block there in the heel below your insole to test that do they feel it. Because normally, if we build a prototype, build a product, the computer will be inside hidden, not outside like in this case. So that was really interesting really good finding for us. The other thing we wanted to consider is energy consumption. The added electronics use power and need a power supply. So one way is to have a rechargeable battery, but you can also harvest energy from walking. And that's why we have this other prototype. We basically took apart this self-charging torch, took all the technology inside and strapped it into a boot. We tested it, and as you can see, when each step I take, it produces electricity and lights up whatever is attached to it. So with this prototype, we proved that it is possible to get energy from walking. And actually, this shoe is got some attention.
Korean national.
Yeah, we actually got into Korean national television. So it's really popular in the world. And it's in Korea.
I'll get another.
Yeah, warriors. So what is our vision in the future? As we benchmark, there's a lot of activity tracking navigation devices, like Nike Plus mentioned before, or Fitbit, Jawbone bracelets. That those fields are really explored, and we want to create something else that we're not interested in those. So, and they have one problem. You actually have to go out and do the sports. So what we want to do is to stimulate people to go out, do sports or meet other friends, or all together. So if you want to see our outcome, please come to our winter presentation on March. And if you want to contribute into our project, and you have shoes that is too small to you or they're worn out, you can donate to us. This box is going to be in Design Factory lobby, and if you put your shoes there, tell your story why you are abandoning them, we will make it awesome again and we will put it to a shoe hall of fame. Thank you very much. This is our whole team, and if you're wondering what this is our T-shirt prototype.
Yes, logo.
It's a smart shoe.
It's the same one in the brochure.
So,
Like I mentioned in the beginning, that it's the beginning of the process. So if you have any questions or any suggestions how they can continue with it, or anything that you can add or help them, it's highly appreciated. So if we have any questions,
Yeah, actually, I'm wondering about this North Korean shoe.
Which
yeah,
one?
whatever. What's the technology behind that?
sorry, this one.
No, that one.
No, this one.
Yeah.
But I'm from South Korea.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you said that this North Korean shoe. So,
Yeah, it was a self-charging torch. What you wave and it just generated.
okay, just
So there's all the technology inside, and we put it with this mechanism
okay.
to produce the same
But-
than the torch.
But there's a. Do you know this piezoelectricity?
Yes. Yes.
So did you try that?
Well,
or
this is
you
our
plan to?
quick prototype. We found this torch laying around, and we decided to take it apart, see what's inside, and figure out that we can use it for a shoe.
Yeah, we know pieces are super expensive, so this is much cheaper.
Yeah. But,
But yeah, it's
for
an
the
interesting
future,
field.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can just
Yeah.
try that one as well if you want to integrate something
That's true.
that can produce electricity. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. It seems really interesting and very promising. And yeah, I also was thinking about the piezo stuff because I remember seeing a 13-year-old kid doing it on YouTube, putting piezo sheets in the heels. I wanted to ask sort of about the brief a bit more. How defined is your task? Have they said any sort of specific field of interest that they would be really keen on?
So basically the brief said that you should design a new kind of smart shoe. And no users, no nothing. So the task was also to find an interesting user group for a smart shoe.
Okay.
So basically it was come up with smart shoes that you cannot predict from current smart shoes, like no more tracking, no more like navigation, for example. Come up with a new kind of smart shoe. Very broad.
Yeah. Cool. I really like the kid idea. Talking to kids. I think you definitely go for the airplane.
do we have any more comments, questions? You can also try out. Peter first.
It's about the Stanford collaboration. Have you been already interacting with the team in Stanford, or is this an outcome between you and them, or are you working separate?
We have been communicating frequently, and the Stanford team has been doing a self-opening prototype, which is different from here, and we haven't been putting it here. But in the next quarter, I think we will be putting them together and figure out which is the best one. But now the two teams are trying out different kind of prototypes.
We decided to explore more options by doing different prototypes, so we don't only constrain on ourselves from one direction. So we have daily and weekly collaborate with them. You got something?
Yeah, a bit maybe more on the vision you guys have. You say you don't want to do tracking and you want to do something about stimulating people to do things. Does that have something to do on a certain insight you got from your prototyping, or is it just a very broad vision you have?
First of all, we may do tracking, but we're going to use the data for something. Because nowadays, when you gather data from, for example, running, it's up to the user to do something with the data. They have to go to the computer, or they have to track it, or they have to do something. So we want to use the data ourselves. And as for the vision, like everyone wants to be in good shape. Everybody who doesn't run regularly says, I would like to go running, but I'm too bored. I don't have any friends. Like, what's the point? It's raining. It's boring. So That is also a finding.
More questions? Okay, thank you. Okay, the next team that's going to present is Team Bosch. So I'm going to